Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome. It's Coach Viv here. Hold on. All right. Is that height good? So, I just finished teaching class 4 of Soulful Mindfulness and Healing Touch. And I was already set up. I got my fall outfit on. Okay. I'm usually graceful, but not right now. I'm looking down because that's where the laptop is, where I can see myself and see that I'm in frame. So I have to look down to see that. Um, Let me make it prettier, guys. So hopefully some folks will join because this is really an unorthodox time. Hold on. Oh, do I really want to pull that? Hold on. Or I could just turn the camera that way. A little bit. I want you to see my thriving plant. Okay, so we just had class, and if you missed it, I run that every fall, and it is my own signature program combining meditation with holistic acupressure, potent point healing for sleep and for lowering stress. So it works really well with the meditation. In fact, hey, if you're just joining, I'll never like share names or anything or personal details, but one goddess was just telling me, I asked them, because folks won't tell you stuff, I was like, okay, so who's sleeping better? Because that's one of the promises of the program. And one of the ladies unmuted herself and said yes. Before she was going to sleep, I think she said like 3 in the morning, like really late. She was just finding she was staying up really late. And she said, literally since the first class, no lie. Cause I was like, okay, well, after what class did this start? And she said, after the first class, she's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. And she just feels, and she goes, it's not even a decision. Her body's like, okay, yeah, it's time to go to bed. I was like, wow. And I share that because I think insomnia is one of those things like you write off insomnia like no big deal. I don't tend to have insomnia, especially when I was younger, and most of my life I wouldn't have insomnia. But it has a profound impact on us women and your hormonal system and your perimenopause and all of that stuff, all the reproductive stuff, hormonally driven, and then your sleep, everything resets. So for her to say after the very first class of the soulful mindfulness, her sleep just went. She's like, it's like, okay, yeah, it's time to go to sleep, and her body will let her sleep. So that made me feel really good. Okay, so who's here? Again, I'm looking down because I'm looking here. I'll show you. I don't think, hold on. There's something I want to hide on my laptop. Let me see. You know what? I'm just not that type of person. I think it's okay. I will show you. Well, wait, if I show you, you're just going to see, yeah, you're just going to see the back of my iPhone and my light. So that's not really helpful. Okay. You won't see me if I turn it that way. Guys, remember I'm dyslexic. So who's here? Say hi in the chat. This is the mind of a creative dyslexic. So you say hello. And what I thought I would actually do, just to have a theme today, because I really just wanted to hang out. Like I said, I had everything set up because I was teaching. And I was like, well, let me just do my Sunday live, even though it's late. Okay, so now I'm crowding myself with plants, but just because I like how that looks. So how are you doing? How was your week? I'm just going to chat so you can listen to me while you cook dinner or whatever. It is Sunday, the 26th at 6 o'clock Eastern. So a lot of you may still be out. Maybe you spent the day out hanging out with friends or family. I'm going to bring you guys a little closer, actually. Okay. I hope you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. Oh, calmly replied, hey, hi, hope all is well with you. It is. Thank you. I hope all is well with you as well. And so, what I thought I would do is maybe share a little update. I got some exciting news, some exciting stuff happening, and probably more for my hardcore channel members and channel subscribers. Um, I'll share. But what I thought I would also do is I plan to start a series. I want to see how it did on difficult tarot cards. Now, the channel, I do not want to be known as like every day I'm putting out a reading. That would like bore me to tears because I'm interested in much more. But I am interested in teaching intuition and helping you get more intuitive, right? And I do offer readings, but I'm not going to be like putting out a reading every day. It's just not my jam. It's not my it doesn't bring in all my expertise. But what I want you to get um, more intuitive and trusting of your intuition. So a lot of you have tarot cards. This is the Rider-Waite. And so what I thought I would do is continue that series of difficult tarot cards. So let me look through. There are cards that when you get them, right? And this may not apply to those of you who are live here with me, but I think you'll find it interesting because it's a very good spiritual topic. There are some cards that we consider really good, like the Sun card. That's a good card. It is when I pull it for anyone. It's a good card. It's there's not a negative. I mean, it could be some negative, but the Empress, that's a good card. But let me find one and I'll just talk about why and how to deal with when you pull a card for yourself like you're doing daily, right? And let me know if this interests you or if you ever do this, okay? You pull a card that's disturbing to you, or you're like, oh my God, what does that mean? Okay, so I'm going to look at your comments. Hey, Donna. Hi. Hi. Yes. Donna says, and I can't put the comments up because I didn't, Donna will know what Donna, yeah. I didn't take the time to go into StreamYard. Any of you who want to start YouTube, StreamYard, and you can even use it for free. I use the free version, and it can put your comments. Like if people comment, it'll put it right up. I think for most of you, though, if you're on a laptop or a TV, you can still see the chat, right? Let me know, guys. I think if you're on your phone, it's a little harder to see the chat comments. But yeah. So I'm going to look and I'm going to say, the cards that many people freak out, if I pull or they pull, is the Death card, the Devil card. And I think the one I focused on was Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a card that does look it's got the heart and there's like three swords, like, ugh, it's not pretty. Okay. What I always find odd about the Three of Swords is there's not like blood dripping in the Rider-Waite. But let me find a card that would upset you if you got it, and we'll talk about it. Okay, let me know if you like this topic. And then yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I was teaching, an hour and a half. I stayed to answer a question. Donna, after you left, someone had a question. And so we were talking about that. You guys know, as I said, I don't want to be known as a tarot reader because I have training in so many other things that the student was asking me about her insomnia, and she mentioned she was going through perimenopause. So I gave her some tips, and I told her also that she could consider, actually I didn't say that, come for a session, and I literally teach you acupressure points. I can also, if we get through everything properly, tell you herbal formulas that can help with whatever it is you're having. And I also generally in that teach a meditation. So those are private sessions. They're open to all men, women, non-binary. Okay. So let me see what card. I think I'm going to go with this card. The Eight of Swords. So again, I just want to talk about if you pull cards for yourself, like every day or once a week, as many people do, and you pull this card, the Eight of Swords. I think it's a card that would give you pause, right? So, I mean, like I said, it's not the worst card, but let me hold it up. Again, this is the classic Rider-Waite, which many decks. Let's see if it'll focus, guys. Because, yeah. So it shows a woman. She's bound up. Hold on. Yeah, it really doesn't want to focus. That's weird. Because sometimes you guys, yeah, you see, I was talking about how it's moving now. So the swords are behind her. She's in sort of, it's not a swamp, but her feet are sort of on land. and on the water. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right? There's a whole sense of tentativeness, and she's blindfolded on top of it. Okay? So it's just a card of apprehension and like fears. So if you pull this card, when I do readings for folks, I always look at the card before and after. It's important because it's going to really inform you what this is about. But this is, definitely someone who's feeling a lot of apprehension, a lot of fears, and like they're mental about a situation where they feel also a bit helpless. There's a sense of helplessness with this card, a sense of, I don't know what to do. I don't have the power to do anything. I'm powerless. It's a very sort of victim-y card, the Eight of Swords. Okay. And any of you watching, let me know what you think when you pull this card. I'm really curious. So it's not a negative card. This is what I would say if I pull this for someone in a reading, that, yeah, you're definitely feeling a bit powerless, overwhelmed, but a lot of it is mental. A lot of it is in your mind. You're creating some, like almost like a drama story. I'm going to hold it like that. You're creating a drama story for yourself of what's going on, of the situation, and you're very likely exaggerating it, and you're not seeing the options, because basically the woman, she could get out from this. Okay. Oh, now it goes real close. Okay. Whoa. She could get out from these bandages, from these restrictions. Okay. And then if she did that, if she took action, she could take off the bandage. She'd have clear seeing, she'd have clarity of vision. So this is someone who's just feeling very helpless, very overwhelmed, um, unable to figure out what to do. Okay. I'm going to do something that I don't think I've ever done before on the channel. So, as I said, in a reading, there'd be a card before and after. So, I'm going to do that, and then show you how I would read it. Okay. Now, I have to say one thing. This is not the full Rider Waite deck because, hold on, guys. What did I do? I like shuffled. I have some facing one way. Okay, there we go. We fixed it. Okay. Um, I have a spread laid out, so this is not the complete deck, but it doesn't matter. We'll still be able to do this. So again, if you pull cards for yourself and you pull one card, you want to know a little more, pull a card before and after is what I would do, or you could let this be the first card, and then you could say, tell me more. So let's do that. Um, and because I'm not reading for a specific person, we'll see. I might have to kind of make stuff up a little bit because I'm not tuning into a particular person. But let's say you got this negative card, you got Eight of Swords, and you're like, tell me more about it. So this is going to have some resonance for those of you watching, because there's a reason you're watching. I really believe that. So the first card is that. Let me pull another card, and then I'll talk about. Okay, so this is the card I pulled. What the heck? Oh, okay. Okay, so if I was doing a reading for someone, this came first and then this came second, I would say your apprehension has to do with working with a group of people. So this would tend to make me think the person is having issues around their work, because this is the Three of Pentacles, and it's a card about working with others, sharing your gifts, sometimes read as you're kind of in training. I don't always read it that way. I think, you're skilled. You see the craftsman is working on the cathedral, and there are other figures. There's a clergyman there, and maybe the person who's paying for it. They're working collaboratively. So if you pull these two cards together, I would say, so you're having some apprehension, and there's some issues around collaboration. And I would tend to put this more into, like I said, the work sphere. But it could be like if the person's a director or an actress, I'd be like, okay, you're having some fears in working with the people in this production that you're in, right? So let's pull one more card so you can see. So you have to blend the meanings. that's a big part of how you work with tarot cards. So let me pull one more card and then I'm going to look at your comments. So keep commenting. So again, you get this negative card. You're like, I don't like that. She's all bound up. She's got swords behind her. Her foot's in the water. It's a mess. I don't like it. Giving you some ways you could read this. So let me pull one more. And I would be asking, if I were reading for you, I'm sort of asking, tell me more about this, clarify more. Okay. And this is the card that wants to come up. So let's see. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this is interesting. This is the Page of Wands. So again, if this came up first and then this came second, and knowing I'm dyslexic, I'd probably put it, okay, yeah, I want to go this way. Okay, hold on. I want to go that way. All right. And then everything's reversed. And then the final card, say, was this card. I would say that the person, there's a new project because this very much new creativity. There's a new project that they want to begin, and it may involve working with other people, right? It may involve working with others, but there's some apprehension about that. Okay, there's some apprehension about maybe asking for help is what I would get. And like I'm saying this, I'm telling you, some of you watching this is literally a message for you because this is like random but I'm just sort of pulling it, the energy that's around right now. So there's some apprehension about working with colleagues collaboratively or asking for help and support to do your creative project. And it's a project you want to start and maybe you want to go in a new direction with it. And then the other cards would tell me, right? Because when I do a reading, it's at least 9 cards. It's more than 9 cards typically. And I use different oracle decks for different messages. So let me know if that was helpful. So again, by itself, this is not a bad card. It's just giving you information that you feel apprehensive, you feel scared, you feel helpless, but that is not actually true to the situation. Okay. It's your own inner stuff, basically, your own stuff coming up. Okay. So that's how I would read this card. I wouldn't, don't read things deterministically like, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck. No, 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 no. If you go in with that attitude, then, that will be what it means for you. Then it's literally speaking in your voice with your like tunnel vision. But as I said, this is telling you it's not real. You could escape the situation. Okay. And I would pull more cards to find out what actions you could take. So let me read your comments. And like I said, I just wanted to hang out here. I do have, and I feel enough energy. I think I can just do for 2 people. If you would like me to pull a card for you from the Faces of Oshun, let me know and say pull or card or something like that. Okay. Okay. So let's see your comments. So calmly replied, I'm happy you're here. Donna's here. Um, Lotus Egyptian flower. Hello, Coach Viv. Good evening again. Okay, I think I know who this is. The name is different here. Very pretty Lotus Egyptian flower. That's nice. Gesin Jaeger 4006. Hey, I would like to ask for an encouragement card. Okay, I don't know what you mean. Do you want me to just pull a card for you? Because if you ask for an encouragement, I can't tell you if it'll be an encouragement card. I'd have to pull and see what comes out. So tell me, clarify that 4006, what you're saying. Your name is new to me that I remember. Looking at the card before and after is a great tip. It's like a light bulb went off. Oh, absolutely, Donna. Let me see if I can pin your message. Okay, but that's the most I can do. Within YouTube, it only lets you pin. Um, that's why I really like StreamYard. StreamYard, you can put it at the bottom. So no, absolutely, that's how you read them. You have to, and it is a skill. You have to kind of blend them together. Let me pull another card then. So this is do I want to do that or no? I think what I'll do is I'll wait, and for 2 of you, I'll just pull a card for you. But yeah, so if you get the 8 of Swords, don't be like, oh my God. Take your power back. Take your power back. Okay. Yeah. Or like I said, 4006, if you meant something else, like I don't understand it, pull an encouragement card. It will be an advice card if you had, I don't encourage like yes or no questions. Here's pisses me off because here's why. And there are people who will I'll do a reading on that for you or I'll pull cards. Is he going to come back to me? Do you mean in a month? Do you mean in a year? But you see how that's not a good question? A better question, a healthier question, if it's would be, you know, sorry guys, I had to look up because I have a skylight and I, how can I meet someone for a loving, healthy, sexy, wonderful relationship? I can read for that and it'll tell you, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's blocking you, and like that, okay? But yes or no questions are not helpful at all. They're not helpful for you. So the first person I did see was the 4006. And so I'm going to pull a card for them, and it will be from the Oshun deck. Again, because this is not the full deck, and that doesn't make sense. I'm not, because this is lacking the cards that I still have laid out in the other room. So I'm not going to use tarot for you. So you're going to get from the African goddess Oshun, and it's a good deck. It definitely can give you like, you need to do some inner work. You need to let go of resentment. It can be bitter stuff. Wow. Wow. Okay, my connection is unstable. I think you guys, okay, my connection was unstable. I apologize. I said it and then I pulled a card. This is the card of Oshun's Tears. Let's see if let me see. Okay, there. Oshun's Tears. And at the bottom it says, ooh, 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 grief, loss, heartbreak. Okay, there we go. There we go. Grief, loss, heartbreak. Okay, so now 4006, you have to tell me because this is saying, and just to send you some positive energy, if we could all just for a moment, because the what was asked for was, I would like a card for an encouragement card. And this, so my sense is you're going through a lot because this is the card that came up. You can see that. This is the card that came up. And her tears are gold. And she's got the vulture headdress, which is one of the stories that go with Oshun. So it's a card of just a lot of pain, grief, loss, and heartbreak. So my sense is you are going through a lot. What I can do for you though is pull, and there's an affirmation. But yeah, 4006, put in the comments, are you, because you would ask for encouragement. So that's, and this card comes up. So it tells me it would seem like there's a lot going on for you that you're dealing with. So yeah, can you share and maybe give a little background? Yeah, grief, loss, heartbreak. So I'm sorry that you are going through this difficult time. That is card 27 from the deck. So I'm just going to look that one up. Okay. Gesine Yeager 4006, are you here? Oh, and hopefully it's not restricting you because it may have, to keep people from spamming, it may have like a 2-minute block. So that may be the case. So you got a card that, as I said, really tells me you're dealing with a lot. This is the Oshun's Tears appears as a comforting presence during times of grief. She's not an energy to fear. Instead, she's a goddess to embrace as a sign that you have divine permission to grieve. Okay, so this is encouraging you to let out your feelings, not to run away from them. That makes a lot of sense. Because again, this person, those of you just joining, this person asked me for a card to give them encouragement, which if you need encouragement, and then this is the card that came up, Spirit is saying you're going through a lot, but to let your emotions flow, let your tears flow, that's going to be healing. and not to kind of try to hold it in or run away. So let me see, a comment just came in. Wow, they say, thank you very much for the card. Actually, I didn't have heartbreak or loss, but I'm in a period of low energy, lack of motivation. Okay, but I'm going to challenge you because what I'm getting then is there's more behind it. Okay, I'm not a therapist, but I've, yeah, done a lot of spiritual work, and intuitively, this card is saying work with your emotions, and you're saying you're low in energy and lack of motivation. There's always something behind it. That's what I want to say. So 4006, there's something behind it. When we feel lack of motivation, because I've definitely felt it, and low energy, is it, this card is saying it isn't just like, oh, your diet is bad or you're not sleeping enough, that there's some emotions. You guys see what I'm saying? Those of you who are not the person that I pulled this for. So let's see. They give you this affirmation. So is there, have you been dealing with grief? Maybe someone you loved or something ended, a relationship ended maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I'm really curious because this card is saying to me that what needs to be healed, you need to shed some tears for something, and that could be what's holding you back. You guys, because I've said this before, my main interest really is energy and how we are spiritual beings. And so our energy can be blocked if we have an emotion or an unresolved um, conflict. Okay, that's definitely happened with me. Like you have a disagreement with a friend or something that is holding your energy, something that is holding you almost in the past. So I'm really curious. Okay, so they're saying here of anxiety, I'm a period of low energy, lack of motivation, and anxiety. So I would say to you, there's something that you need to look deeper at. And again, my question is there, did you deal with any grief or loss in your life, even a couple years ago, that maybe not, or heartbreak that is not fully healed? So that's my question for you. That's the sense I'm getting, because it's like you're not actively going through that. But again, and this is for all of you watching, right? This happens to us. When your energy is low, when you feel unmotivated, there's something else going on. Okay. So I'm going to put this card back. Um, yeah, I'm going to put that back. So let me know. Think about it. Think about it, 4006. Is there something that maybe needs to be dealt with where your energy is like bound up with it? You know, it could even be a pet passed away, a pet died, something like that, or children left the house, right? And you have the empty nest. So it could be, again, I'm just giving you some examples. So they say, yes, my mom died, but it's many years ago. I wonder, could that be it? Yeah, could it be because the card was about grief? You say it's many years ago, but do you feel like you had a chance to really grieve? Um, you know, obviously with a mom, you could still be in pain about it. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I'm going to pull from the tarot deck for you. Again, it's not a complete deck, so I never do that typically in a reading because, you know, a card may want to come up, but I just want to see. I feel like there'll still maybe something helpful for you. So I'm like, okay, let's see if there's any that can help you. This card is sticking up. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this does make sense. This is saying you need to drop some sort of burden. You guys, this is why I love this. This is intuition. Somebody once said to me, well, how does it make sense? It's just printed cards with pictures. And I'm like, you know what? You seem, and I don't even want to say autistic, you seem like someone who can't, you know, the person who was criticizing, well, it's just a bunch of cards that were printed in China. I'm like, yeah, but I've read for people and it'll be like, oh my goodness, yes. So my sense, this is still for Gesine Jaeger. Can you get a shorter name? 4006. They got this 10 of Wands card, which is the person who is overburdened, a workaholic in some cases, just the person who feels very responsible for everything, but it got reversed. So I'm going to say, combined with the previous card, there's a message of letting go of some burden. And again, that burden may be guilt. That burden you know, maybe shame, that burden, maybe, oh, I didn't do enough. There's some sense, and I pull this to give you advice, is that you begin to let go, you begin to drop all of the stuff you're carrying. Let me know. So last time, Gezine? Okay, good. Yeah, there would be, that's what it looks like. It looks like Gezine, and then Jaeger. So let me know, does that get any sort of part of you sort of aware? There's a sense that you're carrying around a burden related to how you're feeling now. You said low energy, you said you feel anxious, lack of motivation. There's some maybe belief or, yeah, sense that you should be doing. It's like a should, but it feels like you're going to be able to, or you want to let that go because the card is reversed. Okay, but let me know if that resonates for you. Okay? Hey, home. Yeah, we had a great class today, homeschool mama magic. Um, and so, Gazine, let me know. Let me know if that rings a bell. So this is one of those cards where it is good reversed, because it is saying and encouraging you to drop that burden. And the man is far away from other people, right? So there's a sense of just he can't lift his head. He's just bearing too much responsibility for something. And so, yeah, that's my message for Gazine. Who else? Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Now, folks in green, I think maybe channel members. Stacy, are you a channel member? I'd love to know, because that would help me, because you and Donna show up in green. Yes, you are. Of course, Stacy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for being a channel member. So I'm going to shuffle, and I'm going to just place a crystal for a second and just clear the energy. So yeah, this is for channel member Stacy. All right. Yeah, so I just want to read the comment from the person I just pulled for. They say, "Thank you. I have to let go of guilt, self-doubt, pessimism, and control of the outcome for a love relationship." Yeah. I mean, I believe me, guys, even when I doubted myself years ago, people would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going through da 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 da, that what you said." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, that's accurate." So yeah, drop it. Just drop it, Kazine. Drop it. It's burdening you. Um, you're not able to have the joy of life, right? To enjoy your life because of this. So that's why you don't have energy, because you came and say, "Well, I don't have energy, motivation." So we've got to work with, it's just your shadow. It's the shadow stuff. So you are welcome. So yeah, Stacy. All right, I'm shuffling Stacy still while I talk, and then I'm going to clear one more time. Okay? But like I said, Stacy, this deck, okay, I did not make this deck. This is my friend. I have 2 videos on the channel with her, Abiola. I do a deck review and I interview her, and it was really nice. I should try to get her to come back. And it's published by Hay House, which is a very big deal, okay? Just about the African goddess Oshun and its faces of Oshun, so different aspects of her. I'm going to keep shuffling for Stacy because I feel I need to. And I'm going to clear one more time. Okay. And this will be the last one. Okay, so I just want to come on and say hi. Okay, pulling. Wow. Okay, so very different card, right? Very different energy. Okay, hold on. Let me let me see what the camera will do here. Will it focus? Focus. Okay, wait. And then the shadow is getting it. Isn't that a colorful card? Very kind of reminiscent of the Indian goddess Saraswati as well. Okay, Oshun's voice chakra. So for Stacy, Stacy is getting that to focus on authenticity, individuality, and self-expression. Ooh, guys, we're in the dark. Hold on. So creativity is being highlighted for Stacy. Interesting. or as we'd say in Italian, interessante. So, Stacy, interesting. I love this card. I get this card at times as well. So, it's also about authentically expressing yourself. It could be writing. If you look closely, she's doing everything. She's writing. It could be painting. Any creative expression you're being urged to do. This is card number 32 in the Faces of Ocean. So let's see. We can get an affirmation. Yeah. So, Stacey, you're being urged to express yourself. No more holding back. And it sounds like you're questioning yourself and you're almost afraid to put your authentic self out. I can totally relate. Um, so, it could be voice, it could be singing, it could be dance, but you're being urged to put your authentic self out to people, express it. Don't keep it in, don't keep it locked in. Okay. Here is the affirmation. It says, I am unapologetically me. I love that. And I express myself authentically and freely. I am unapologetically me, and I express myself authentically and freely. So let's have her say how this hits, because I really want to know, because I am a nosy person. I like to know, like, what's going on. Okay, I want to know, is it like, what is it? Is it dance, art? Is she a writer? What is it? So let's see in the comments. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, homeschool, I will, because I will. I'll do that for you. Absolutely. And then I'm going to go. So let's see, though, what Stacy says. Stacy, let me know if that resonates for you. So again, you're being really urged to express your creativity. Don't hold it back. Don't judge yourself, right? So if I pull this card in a spread for someone, I would get the sense, again, with the other cards, what's holding them back. But just this card alone is put your authentic self out. If you are an abstract painter and you feel like, oh, nobody's going to like it, you're being told to put that out. If you want to do this type of dance, but you're like, I don't think anybody's going to want to watch it, you're being told, be your authentic self, Stacy. Okay, and express it. I believe creativity unexpressed is not good for us. It's not good for our physical bodies. It's just not good for our spirit. I really do mean that. So let me see if Stacy, you better comment, Stacy, because I pulled for you. Here she goes. She says, okay, wow, so deep. I keep getting to not dim my light. Okay, that's what she says in the live chat. What is your creative expression, though? I'm curious, is it something you already know? Or your comment makes it sound like, I mean, are you already like, I really want to write, I have a novel in me, or I have a romance novel? Like, do you already know, Stacy, or do you not know? I'm really curious, like I said, because I'm just like that. I want to know whether you already know what it is, but or is it that you're just even like, I don't know, I'm not creative. I'm not creative. I can't paint. No. I'm really curious. So let us know, Stacy. Also, please become a channel member. It's literally like $4.99, $7.99, and I think $9.99. And they're different tiers. You click the join button and it tells you what you get. So those of you who are channel members, usually towards the very end of the month, we'll have a live. Please come. I'm going to do things that encourage folks more to come. I don't want to pre-record anything because I already make a good amount of videos. So when you become a member, the live that we do every month is for you to interact with me and ask me questions, maybe get like a 3 card reading. So you have to be there live, because I also decided I'm not recording them anymore, because what that encourages people to, I'll just catch the recording. No, you're there live. And also for privacy reasons, right? I'm in another group with Krishan from Blacksit Global, and I was like, why don't you record the video? And she just doesn't. She didn't even really explain. She doesn't record it. You show up. Okay, so if you are a channel member, look out. I'll be putting up the date, and it will be fairly soon, of our live for October. Okay, and I'm giving Stacy a chance to tell me about her creativity, if she already knows what her creative outlet is, or if she's just like, I don't know, I'm not creative. So let's see. Let's see what her comment. Okay, this is what Stacy says. She says, I'm doing multiple things: herbs, resin art, and teaching. Okay, so guys, you see how amazing that is? Look at the card again. She's doing multiple things. Look, she's writing, right? There's a sense of like musical instruments too. Whenever I pull this card, it's like, and typically the goddess would have multiple arms because it's like it's saying she's that powerful. She can do multiple things. So it could be dance, it could be, and that is the meaning of the card. It can be multiple things. But Stacy, what I'm getting is something about it isn't authentic. And even let's go even deeper for you. Again, because you're a channel member, voice chakra. Maybe you need to work on your throat chakra. I have videos on that. You just have to just, I'm not going to explain it. You can figure it out because I think I've been talking now for about 2 hours. But your throat chakra and sacral, but throat is really the expression. You may want to work with that. This chakra also has to do with purification, Stacy, or any of you who are interested in the chakras. And so if you want to really get to this level of creative expression, watch what you're putting into your body, your mind as well. So violent films would not be appropriate for someone developing their throat chakra. Anything disgusting or negative, you would not want to take that in if you're working on the throat chakra. Okay. So Stacy, I'm getting that it's the authenticity that you need to look at. What feels authentically you, not in because you're doing multiple things, but this card isn't really saying that that's a problem. It's what I'm getting is individuality and authenticity. How can you be more? How can you be more you? Yes. And me nope, nope, I have to let that one go. Yeah, so she says she keeps getting in to not dim her light. Yeah. Yeah, there's a sense that you're not putting it out there as much as you could. Share with people, share yourself, share your creativity. She says, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to bring it all forth. It's literally bubbling over. Absolutely. That card, that's why I love the card. The card's like wild. It's like, it's almost like, like you said, like a pot with everything just like, so yeah, you're a very, very creative person. Um, it sounds, it needs form. It needs like form that it's put out, whether maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a YouTube channel, maybe it's getting an art show, maybe maybe it's a little e-zine or a book or something, right? It needs a structure. Good. So come to the live and we can chat more, okay? Because Stacy's a channel member, Donna's a channel member, and I thank them so much for just keeping the channel going. She says, for sure it was shut down for years. You're on point. Gratitude. Yeah. Um, we have to be very careful with creative people. Any little negativity can absolutely like squash somebody's creative expression. So, any of you parents out here, just be careful what you say to your child when they show you something or they're working on something, whether it's musical, whether they're dancing. Just, you don't have to praise them all the time. Like, don't be fake, but find something positive about it. Um, because creative people, it's very easy to kill that energy and shame them and block it up, which is not good. Okay, so yeah. So Stacy, I'm glad. Glad you're getting to express. That's really good. Homeschool Mama, I think, had asked for a card. Yeah. So let me pull for you. This is the Ocean deck. Okay. Yeah. Let me clear it. I have this beautiful crystal. I cannot remember. It's two different crystals blended together. It's beautiful. I've shown it before. The camera does not always pick up the beauty because it's a very subtle blue. And one of the crystals is literally like sheets, but it's stacked. And then the other is more flat. And it's a beautiful, I think it's zeolite or zeolite. Let me see if I can get it the right way. Hold on, guys. It doesn't capture the beauty of it. It really, really, yeah. One of the stones you can see is like a warm, like a pale, it's not yellow, it's a pale color. And then the other is like a blue, very high vibration stone um, that I really like. All right. So yeah, keep expressing your creativity. Keep expressing. I'm having fun, guys. I might share with you what some news, because you guys stuck around. There's still 7 of you here. Let me know. Give me a yes if you want me to share some news in terms of what I'm going to be doing the next couple months. Some of you would be interested. You guys know I overlap a lot with all the wonderful channels by Black women who are travel, right? I kind of am adjacent because I'm not travel, but you guys know I was traveling. But give me a yes if you want me to share, and we can just stick around in a small group. So I'm shuffling now. Yes, okay, I see the heart. I'm shuffling now for homeschooling mama. Okay, okay, fanning out the cards. They're really thick, you guys. It's a beautiful deck. I did get it free because I was like, Abiola, I heard you got a deck, girl. What's going on? And would you want to be interviewed? And so, if you're going to interview somebody, they do usually give you the product for free. And this was great because I was traveling and I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have like my Amazon set up to travel. Okay, this is the card that wants to. Ooh, okay. All right. This is for homeschooling Mama Magic. All right. Let's see. Oshun of the Dusk with her sensual self. Okay. All right. Look at this card. Okay. Okay. Oshun of the Dusk 4/4. Cycles, transition, closure. Right? So dusk. Hmm. So you're going through a period where it's time to let something go, but in a good way. It's not one of these heartbreak cards that I told you that the deck has. So Oshun of the Dusk, you're finishing a cycle, you're ready for a transition into a new cycle and close things up. Sometimes that means, and I keep getting this, you guys, sometimes that means you got to forgive some people. Okay? Sometimes it means you have to maybe just make nice and just smooth it out, is what I'm getting. For some of you, again, watching this. So, closure, just kind of make everything nice because you're moving forward, you're moving on. So, you don't need a lot of, you know, sh- holding you back. Okay, so let me get your affirmation. This is card number 44. That's a beautiful card. That's nice. It's not, it's not negative, it's not heartbreak. And then I see a lot of comments coming in. So again, this is for homeschool Mama Magic. And let me see what else I can get up there that I didn't say. I mean, there's a whole thing, okay? We're not reading all of this. We're not reading it. All right, she gives you a ritual, okay? You get a ritual. She put a lot of work into this deck. It's over. Shut the door and wrap it up. Mm-hmm. 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 Also, it does say reflect on the lessons you've learned from this past cycle that you are closing up. Okay, Mama Magic, you're finishing something. So, and I need to do this too. I'm like forward, forward, forward. Even with my trip, you guys, I was traveling for like almost 6 months and I did it low budget and I did it successfully by myself. And I realized it's like, Viv, I didn't think about it and even write down, like, I got some good things out of it, some things I would do different. So you're being urged to do that. And this is your affirmation. Okay. I embrace the beauty of endings. I embrace the beauty of endings. Cycles, transition, closure. So my sense is this is a message for you, and I want to know what you think. Are you fighting letting something go? Okay. It's a positive card, and I don't think she is because again, I would pull it upside down if it were a problem. So it just pulled upright. It's just letting her know that this is the completion of a cycle. You've like passed a grade, we don't want to put like judgment into it, but I feel like you've learned, you've grown, and now you're ready for another stage. Okay? So that's a beautiful card. Let's see. Let me look at some of your comments here. Oh no, it's somebody new. Is this somebody new saying, can I pull? I am so tired, Tivers 6060. Is that? Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm going on about 2 hours of live now. I think I'm over 2 hours. So I'm pretty exhausted and I need to, it's almost 7. 7 is usually when I eat dinner. Let's see. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm. So, that's interesting. So I was pulling, this was the last draw that I'm going to do today for Homeschool Mama Magic. And she said 44 is a number you see often. What I know about for the number 4 is very much, it's like a square. It's about solidity, manifestation, bringing things into concrete, reality. But I am curious, are you aware of a cycle finishing, or is this news to you? Or as you see the card, do you realize, like, yes, I am ready for something new? And again, I think it can be hard for us to let go because you feel like you're losing something, but this is the really deep spiritual truth that when a door closes, something else has to open, right? That's nature. Like it's up and down. So there's always that opposite. Something goes away, there's a vacuum, there's an opening. So something new will absolutely rush in. Something's going to come in. So that's also why I like fall, because the fall to me, it is a very kind of witchy time. It's a spiritual time because for me, even as a child, I think I saw the letting go of it, and that's when the veil is thin. Again, it's a time of anything where something's going. It's a very transitional, very liminal. Liminal means it's like between the worlds, okay? Because something's forming, but it's not quite formed, and something's dissolving. So it's very magical. So let me see your comments. I love them. Hmm. Hmm. She says, I have to process this. I'm unsure. So this is new news for you. Yeah. Yeah. You're something, and again, it may be another couple weeks, and then you may see it, right? We're going into the holiday season, or something may happen that then you're like, oh, okay, that's ending. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't see that ending. So kind of told you that. So, guys, yes, you can absolutely come for a reading. Again, I'm looking down because here, I wish, I need to put this, what I need to do in the future. Maybe I'll put my computer like right below. But my desk is low. I am a yogi, many past lives, and I like to sit on the floor. So I'm literally sitting cross legged, and I have this low little desk. It's like this. So I'm like on my little desk. Um, but yeah, come for a reading, and I'll put a link below. But if you just, here, hold on, let me get it really quick. Okay. And my readings are always supportive. People sometimes end up crying. They're not crying because they're sad. Okay, hold on. I typed my own website wrong or something. There we go. It's like truth, okay? It's very spiritual. My readings aim to tell you what is holding you back from the thing you want and to help you get clarity. So let me just see if I can pull it up. Oh my gosh, did I not put that page? Hold on, guys. I might still have it under the chakra energy healing, and then I think I have the link. Hold on. Let me see what I did. Okay. Go for classic tarot divination. Hold on. I didn't put the page on the menu so you could see it. It's on the website, but you wouldn't know to find it. So here, let me put the link. The readings are an hour. I often go over, so I give a lot of myself in them. Yes, Donna says, yeah, I concur. October is such a liminal time. It's a very powerful month. In fact, that's kind of my unofficial theme for this month. So do come to, when I put up the date that the live will be, um, do come. I think it's of all the months of the year, it definitely is where the ancestors are close. Some people also say springtime is the other time, but spring things are coming back to life. There's something about when, where I am, you can see the leaves falling. It's a dying back, it's a pulling inward. That's the energy of the whole world. That doesn't have to do with your religion. If especially if you're in a climate where you get to see that, those seasons tell us something. They inform us. So yeah, it's like the occurrences are so prevalent around this time of the year. Exactly. All right. So I did put a link if you would like a reading. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Donna and Tiver 6060, Rose Coco 26. Hey, you know what? Next time I will probably be able to get to you. Subscribe to the channel. If you are not a subscriber and you're asking for a reading, please subscribe. Okay? That's free. It helps the channel. I'm trying to get to 30,000, and then next time I'll catch you for sure. If you become a channel member, which is above a subscriber is free. The members pay a small, like, monthly fee, and they get some perks. If you become a channel member, for sure, I'll make sure I get to you next time. Okay, if I didn't get to you this week. Also, I often give different discounts to channel members. So that's something as well. So you guys, oh, so the news is, so yeah, okay, hold on. I'm gonna give you the news. It's magic. This is what I'm saying. You can work with me to learn or to tap into your ability to manifest. I can't even explain it because it's so convoluted, but it was following my intuition. It looks like, again, don't want to give too many details out, but I will definitely be traveling again. I am packing up my home. My The home is being sold, and I knew that. I've known that for a couple of years, but the timing is really perfect. You guys know I wasn't even sure I would come back. I came back to do wrap up some loose ends, right? That I was like, okay, I gotta do that. And then, plan to pack up anyway. Landlord is selling the house and setting up. I will, God, Goddess willing, be traveling, and I do slow travel. Again, more scouting locations. I truly believe that Mama Earth doesn't need us jetting all over the world. I'm at odds with some travel influencers. Of course, everybody can do what they want, but I feel like right now it's get to a place and settle and go deep. Put your roots deep in that place, okay? And if you're going to travel as ecologically sound a way as you can. Um, so yeah, I'll definitely be traveling again. And I didn't, I had so many pictures and videos, like my computer is filled. I need to empty them out. I need to get, a thumb drive with like a terabyte or a tetrabyte or whatever it is. Is it a terabyte? Um, but I will likely, again, my intention is to um, go to several countries, even, and I've mentioned this before, including Albania, most likely. I will definitely, either I'll have to start a new channel because I don't know if YouTube will be like meditation, spirituality, Albania. Okay, and that's not good. YouTube is like, what are you about? Are you talking about Albania? Are you an expat to Albania? We got you. Or are you talking about like stress and meditation and chakras and mindfulness? What are you talking about? So I have to see, but I've been definitely researching Albania. Um, because Italy is so difficult to immigrate to. Um, I had thought I would I'm looking at one of my cloud paintings. I thought I would go to a school in Italy, but looking at the costs and where I am in retirement, I'm not feeling like I want to commit to paying thousands to go to Italy to study, and then be able to live there. And often you can change your visa from student to worker. That's great. Not convinced that I want to take that route. So interestingly, I know Albania, I'm like, Albania is actually very close to Italy. It's across the sea. I forget which sea it is. Does anybody know? Is it the Ionian Sea? I forget. So it's not an ocean, it's a sea, right? There's a difference, apparently. They're close to each other. There are also many Italian speakers in Albania, so I could keep working on my language for a cheaper cost. I could keep like studying, but pay, lower price than I would pay in Italy for sure. I am hearing that apartments in Albania, a one bedroom can be had for $400 or even less. Did you guys hear me? I'm going to say that again. A one bedroom apartment for $400 or a little bit less. Okay. Um, that is very hard to find a nice apartment in America for that price. Okay. So, what do you guys think of that? I know this is like, sprang it on you. I'll talk more about it as time goes by. I'll probably weave it into talking about manifestation, um, and, how, like, kind of the spiritual, how manifest what you desire. So, do definitely subscribe if you're not. But yeah, so thinking about Albania, the UK, very likely, and of course, probably pop into Italy. And also, really quick, if any of you want to know how I'm able to do this on a budget, book a call with me. The general, it is a paid service where I can walk you through exactly how I set up to travel low cost. Um, and that link, you could just reach out to assistant. I'm going to put it really quick in the chat. Assistant at intheflowofmagic.com. All right. And we can have a session where I talk you through how I'm able to do low cost, slow travel. And there's some very specific tips that I can give you that I've done it. It's not from ChatGPT. I've done it myself and it worked. All right. So, you guys, I'm going to go have supper and just seeing if there were any last comments. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Take care. Have a blessed evening. Yeah, Teavers, I'll see you again. Come back. I'm usually live every Sunday, usually much earlier in the day. And if I am going to be traveling, it probably will stay earlier in the day because I'll be where the time is later. So yeah, if I can't go live at 6 Eastern because that would put me at midnight if I'm in Europe or the UK or something. So look for me live typically maybe between 12 and 2 or something like that. And also the light is better. So I would love to see you as a channel member and channel subscriber, whatever you can do, that's fine. And I'll pull cards for you another time soon. Okay. Mwah. Much love, guys. So those are the plans. If you just came in, like, just go back like 10 minutes. I share. Very excited again at my age to be feeling a sense of freedom and really, charting a new path. So we'll see. Okay. All right. Sending out some hearts. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.